Hello people. I got asked to make videos about how to make a pattern. So this is what we're going to do right now in Illustrator. So open up your Illustrator. I'm sharing my screen. I'll show you how to do that. What I did in Illustrator was I just drew a box where I'm on a regular page. I just made a new document, made a little box on here, and I filled it with nothing and I gave it no stroke. What I'm going to use that for though is to define my pattern. So let's say I wanted to make a plaid pattern, like a shirt or something like that. So I'm going to draw a few stripes in here. I'll just put a box like that and fill that maybe with a blue color. So now I've got a blue. Good grief, it's slow today. What's going on? Now I got that. So now we're going to take a look at this here. I've got the blue stripe there. I'll pull that down kind of like that, and I'll get another one like that. I could even just dupe that and then say good. I'm going to pull that up and there. So now I've got 4 stripes in there, and then what I'm going to do is put another stripe this way over here and fill that one with, say, an orange color because I have a crazy wild shirt. And I'm going to make the opacity of that lowered. So I get that kind of a look. And then I can do that with my stripe, dupe, dupe. And now I've got kind of a pattern, a plaid-ish pattern that I can use for my pattern that I want to make. So right now all I've got is basically 8 shapes inside that box. But if I grab that whole thing and go to Object, Pattern, Make a Pattern, pattern has been added to the swatches panel. Okay. I'm also going to get back to Command Y and see what this whole thing looks like. That's pretty cool. I can fool around with this now in terms of how it works and change a few things and say, well, I don't really like that extra little piece of stripe right there. I can fix that kind of stuff. So as you move it around, you'll see it edits the pattern until you get to be a happy clam. So you can fool around until you're a happy clam. And then what you can do is come back and say, well, that worked on the grid. Would it work if I went bricks by row, brick by column? There are different ways to organize this that you might find yourself saying that works better or worse, depending on your pattern. This particular one that I drew would work best on a grid. And then you've got a chance to change things like how wide is this going to be, size of it, size tile to art. So now I'm happy with that whole thing. Let's say it automatically, you notice up here, automatically took me into isolation mode so that I'm stuck inside isolation mode, which is a good thing. I want to be stuck inside isolation mode in order to edit this pattern. So once I'm happy with that, I can click back out of that and go back to my project here. I can actually delete this now. I don't need this for anything anymore. And then I can say, well, what I want to do is I'm going to draw a guy wearing a shirt with a crazy plaid pattern on it. And it's kind of shaped like that. So there's my shape. And then I come up here to my swatches panel, my symbols panel, not my symbols panel, my patterns panel. Color. What happened to my patterns panel? I got to go find patterns, swatches. There it is right there. It's inside my swatches panel right there, new pattern. And I click on that and it will fill it with that pattern that we just made. So you can make a pattern out of pretty much anything. The other thing that's interesting to note is that if I fill that with magenta and send it to the back, the pattern that we made doesn't have a white background to it. So that is see-through. I can see whatever's underneath that. If I wanted to change that, I could. I could also then pick this shape. This shape is filled with that. I couldn't actually fill it. I couldn't actually change that. So I basically made that a see-through. If I wanted that to be opaque, I would have to change the pattern to put a white box in behind it. So, but that's how you make patterns in Illustrator. I hope that helps. I will see you for the next video.